up? Good evening and welcome to Thai PBS English News Service. I'm Supajan Krinswan. The government completes its first year in office tomorrow, and among the wide range of things it has done so far, the Anti-Corruption Network gave the government a failing mark for not effectively reducing corruption, as the practice of under-the-table payments are still widespread. The network went on to say that the graft problem may even get worse over the next year due to the state's spending on ultra-expensive water management projects.
The Anti-Corruption Network believes that the problem of corruption will get worse next year due to the government's populist policies, especially relating to the 350 billion bahts worth of water management projects and the 300 billion baht being spent on the rice pledging scheme. Pratmon Sutiwong, the president of the network, said that in the opinion of the business sector, the government has failed to rectify the graft problem during its first year in office. Businesses still have to pay money under the table at the rate of about 25% of the project value. The Anti-Corruption Network insisted that even though combating corruption has been made one of the state's 16 urgent issues, the government lacks dedication in pursuing its goal. This has subsequently affected Thailand's international ranking when it comes to transparency, slipping by 2 places from 78th to 80th place in the list. This is also reflected in a survey published by the University of the Thai Chamber of Commerce in June, in which businesses' confidence in the government was rated at only 3.5 out of 10. Hugh Adams, Thai PBS.
The rice pledging scheme was implemented by the Pattaya government in October last year, and formerly the world's leading exporter of rice, Thailand, ranks 3rd place behind India and Vietnam. Our Dr. Runtip Chonapalai talked with Kun Chukiet Opatwong, the honorary president of the Thai Rice Exporters Association, about his concerns over the reduced competitiveness of the Thai rice due to the increasing price of rice under the pledging scheme.
If the government can do something like G2G sales to the country they mentioned, which we think is very difficult. But if it happens, maybe we can regain our number one spot back. End of the year. But it's look very unlikely.
But then now we also have the rice pledging scheme since last October. If we continue this scheme, what would happen to the Thai rice market?
Well, definitely we'll lose our continue to lose our competitiveness to our competitors. Carry on to next year. Those countries will definitely plant more rice. This is not including the newcomers like Myanmar and Cambodia, and they will definitely take our market share away. From what we have seen from beginning of the years, I think we keep losing our market share to our competitors. Even the jasmine rice, which we are so proud that we have no competitors in the past. But nowadays, everything changed. Vietnam, they have their own jasmine rice, which is now more and more acceptable in the market. Since this pledging scheme start, and the price difference is like $400-500 US per tons of rice, and that is worrying us because the market that we've been maintained for, let's say, 50 years back, like the Hong Kong market, we can say that we own that market in the past. 90% import from Thailand, but look at today's, it's lower than 50%. If we continue to do things like this, carry on until next year or even longer, I would say, our market share will be gone.
Any way out?
Well, I think definitely the government have to change plan.
Health-related NGOs are praising the government's surprise sin tax hike on liquor and tobacco products, which took immediate effect yesterday. The NGOs believe that some 70,000 smokers and a large number of drinkers will give up their habits immediately. This move will raise the state's revenue by 12 billion baht a year.
Yesterday, in a surprise move, the cabinet approved a sharp increase in the excise tax on liquor and tobacco to take effect immediately. 8 cigarette brands will now cost 6 to 8 baht more for a pack of 20, while 120 baht per litre has been added to mixed liquor and 400 baht per litre to imported liquor. This will increase state revenues by an expected 12 billion baht annually, 10 billion baht from tobacco and 2 billion baht from liquor. Analysts say that this latest move is an indication that the government's expenditure is outpacing its income. Following the sin tax hike, over 30 members of the network of people affected by alcoholic drinks met with and personally thanked Benja Luicharan, Director General of the Excise Department today. Tadet Tawilai, advisor to the network, said the department is moving in the right direction by reducing the incentive for and accessibility to alcohol and cigarettes. The hike in sin tax on these two products will not only increase the government's revenues, but will also improve the health of the population, reducing illness and deaths. According to the Thai Health Promotion Foundation, as many as 60 to 70,000 smokers will be deterred from buying the more expensive cigarettes. Additionally, Tadet added that to make the reduction in liquor and tobacco consumption even more efficient, the government should limit the number of licenses issued for the sale of these two products by increasing the registration fees. The government should also consider raising the tax on beer and other alcoholic drinks not covered by this latest increase. The Stop Drink Network suggested that the Excise Department examine carefully the proposed free trade agreement between Thailand and the European Union to forestall an influx of duty-free imported liquor from the EU. At present, Thailand imports roughly 84% of liquor from the European Union.
And many motorcycle taxi and taxi drivers continue to rush to register for the state's energy credit card so they could enjoy a discount of 2 baht per kilogram on natural gas and 3 baht per liter of gasohol. According to the Transport Ministry, there are around 320,000 public service motorists operating in Bangkok, of which 200,000 are motorcycle taxis, 100,000 are taxis, and 20,000 are tuk-tuk and public van drivers. At present, however, only 23,000 of them carry an energy credit card, while 36,000 new applicants are in the approval process. The ministry said that the scheme's objective is to reduce the vicious cycle of public service motorists seeking loans from loan sharks at high interest rates. However, the Director General of the Department of Energy Business said that the energy credit card scheme will jack up the demand for gasoline.
Actually, we don't import gasoline, but in July, accident on Bangchak refinery, so we have to import gasoline for a short period in July, August, and September.
Beautiful added that Thailand has enough diesel for domestic consumption and also has the extra volume for export. Moving on to tourism, an Indian tourist visiting Pattaya became the latest victim of a heist gang which uses its transvestite members to lure tourists for a free ride before beating them up and stealing their money.
26-year-old Indian tourist Prem Pranab Prida Dashi was beaten up by 4 Thai teenagers and a transvestite in Nong Pru district of central Pattaya. Dashi told Police Captain Supawat Ratthaprisha, Police Crime Suppression Inspector of Pattaya, that while the victim was walking near the entrance to Neun Pattaya Klang Road, a transvestite pulled up on a motorcycle and offered to take him to his hotel. After accepting the offer, 4 teenagers on 2 motorcycles followed him, and all 5 attacked and beat the tourist. The 5 culprits fled the scene with Dashi's smartphone and $1,000 in cash.
The violence in the Deep South continues as a Honda car showroom in Pattaya was burnt down, destroying the 15 cars inside. Showrooms across the South are now tightening up their own security measures. Around 10 arsonists wearing ski masks to conceal their identities forced themselves into the Pattaya Honda Cars showroom in Pattay's Nong Jik district and started a blaze which burnt down the showroom, damaging 15 cars. The cost of damage is estimated at 15 million baht. Workers at the showroom have now erected more metal and barbed wire fences around the premises in an attempt to protect against future violence. More security guards have now been hired as car showrooms across the region try to ward off attacks. The owner of Pattani Honda Cars is the same group who owns the CS Pattani Hotel, which was damaged by a car bomb on the 31st of July. Anusat Suwanmongkon, an executive of the business group, suggested that state authorities must introduce stricter measures to provide confidence for business operators. Anusat is denying rumors that his hotel business was attacked because he refused to pay an extortion demand of 20 million baht. And today, after an anxious wait for red shirt supporters, 1 out of 19 red shirt leaders ended up behind bars after the criminal court decided to revoke his bail after ruling that his actions had instigated violence. Jeng Dokjik, or Yotwarit Chuklom, was the only one of 19 red shirt leaders whose bail was revoked by the criminal court today. Criminal court judges ruled that by revealing the home addresses and personal phone numbers of Constitution Court judges to red shirt supporters at a rally site, it was clear he wanted to instigate violence in breach of his bail terms. 24 red shirt leaders were imprisoned for terrorism following the violence in downtown Bangkok 2 years ago. 5 of the 24, including Natawut Saikia, the Deputy Agriculture Minister, and 4 more currently enjoy parliamentary immunity. The 19 who are called in today, including Jatuporn Prompan, who was stripped of his MP status by an earlier court order, were at risk of being returned to prison if judges found they had breached their bail terms. Only 18 arrived as one claimed to be sick to attend. The red shirt leaders were accused by the Constitution Court of trying to influence the court's deliberations over whether the Pheu Thai party's attempts to amend the 2007 Constitution are against the law. Red shirt leaders will appeal the decision and asked a Pheu Thai executive to guarantee that Jeng Dokjik will not incite any more violence if he is granted bail for the second time. However, the criminal court judges did order the remaining 17 red shirt leaders not to incite any more violence or leave the country. And scattered thunder showers and isolated heavy rain is expected over most of Thailand tomorrow as a result of Typhoon Tan Bin, which is moving towards Taiwan and South China. Monsoon Tan Bin's trough will move across upper Thailand and form a low-pressure cell over Vietnam from now until Saturday. A moderate southwesterly monsoon over the Andaman Sea and the Gulf is also adding the chances of scattered to fairly widespread thunder showers and isolated heavy rain. The Andaman coast can expect an 80% chance of rain, whereas other regions of the country will see a 60 to 70% chance of showers. The Meteorological Department is warning those intending to travel to Taiwan or Hong Kong to check the weather before departure. Meanwhile, Vietnam's Disaster Relief and Rescue Committee has confirmed that Typhoon Kai Tak, which made landfall on northern Vietnam last Friday, has killed 27 people and injured 14 others. Kai Tak, it damaged about 5,000 houses and flooded 1,400 hectares of crops in 11 provinces of Vietnam. And Thai PBS is offering new job opportunities for English language news reporters working for our English news service. If you're interested and would like more information, please visit our website at thaipbs.or.th or perhaps send your resume to us at job@thaipbs.or.th. And that's all the time we have for tonight's news. I'm Super John Clean Swan.